my name is Michael Bosey. Welcome to my podcast, Marketing Without the Marketing. This is episode 150, and I'd like to mark that milestone with a big, heartfelt thank you. I started this podcast in the summer of 2015, and at the time I had no idea that this would be my primary way to communicate with you, and you stuck with me. This is the part that's amazing to me, and it is, in all honesty, the reason that I've kept going. There are times where I'm absolutely psyched by the engagement, by the comments that I get, by the download numbers, by the number of subscribers, all of that. But the other side of the coin is that sometimes there are times where that's not the case, where what I've produced is not connecting with you or not speaking to you, and I see that as well in the lack of download numbers. Sometimes it feels like crickets, or sometimes you reach out and say, hey, I would have done this differently, or can you talk about this instead, or you'll give me feedback. And I really, really appreciate that. I know there's a core group of you out there that stick with me, that listen, that comment, that engage, that keep me going. And in those periods especially, that really has been the thing that's kept me going through this. I find that it's been a great business instrument for me, this podcast. It's a topic I talk a lot about on this podcast itself. But I owe it to you. I mean that sincerely. The times where I've thought maybe I should stop, maybe I shouldn't keep going, maybe whatever, you keep me going. A well-timed compliment, a note of encouragement. Sometimes that's exactly the right time that I need to hear a bit of encouragement and say, all right, well, let's get going. Let's write the next series. Let's do the next episode. So a huge thank you to you. I could not have done this without you sticking with me. It's very, very easy to let a project like this go, right? To just stop publishing. You felt that too, where you think, hey, is anyone out there reading my blog? Is anyone watching my videos, listening to my podcast, whatever? We've all been there. We all understand that. I talk a lot about this very thing on this podcast itself. So again, thank you so, so much for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. Now, there's one other big reason why I think that this podcast has made it to 150 episodes, and that's that we are craving more ethical marketing, more stories about things that work that are not the pushy, aggressive tactics that we all hate. You're here because you want to hear the success stories, the strategies, the things that make this work, right? The things that don't turn us into these icky marketers who are constantly hawking our stuff on social or in email lists or whatever. We want more of that. We want a better world that doesn't have to involve us selling out in order to sell stuff. To me, ethical marketing is not an oxymoron. It's the only way to do your marketing. And there are two things that are sort of a theme or whatever that I feel like I'm trying to get across in this, right? One is trying to fight against what people think of marketing. And then two is how people do their marketing. The thing that bugs me most about bad marketing is that it's so selfish, right? You can scroll through LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook, and you just see post after post that effectively says, would you look at how great I am? Have you seen how great I am? I'm amazing. And it's done in overt ways, in subtle ways, in sneaky ways. But it all seems to say the same thing, which is, look at me, look at how great I am. And that's what people think of marketing, because so many marketers are doing this, and so many individuals mimic that, right? So the way that they see these bad companies doing bad marketing out there, they think that that's marketing. So it affects the way that they do their own marketing. They think that this is the only way to do it because of what they see out there. And obviously, this affects how they set up their marketing programs for themselves and their personal brand, or for their business in their marketing program. And, it's going to drip into the way that they direct their company or their teams to do it as well. And this is a shame. But look, as you know, if you follow this podcast, if you're a regular listener, I don't care about what big businesses do. It's not at all of interest to me. I'm interested in small players like myself, like you, like the businesses who are using the power that the internet gives us to actually fight above our weight, to go toe-to-toe with these big companies because we are in a position to do better, because we are closer to our customers. So when I look back at the past 150 episodes, there are a set of themes that continue to emerge over and over again. And these are the things that keep me going. And I think they're the things that keep you listening. Like, for instance, the rules of business are different now. And this is really good for small players like you and me. That marketing is not an end-of-cycle activity. You have to start early. We have to do that, right? We have to do that if we're to have an advantage against larger players. A big thing, marketing doesn't have to be sucky, right? It can be respectful. It can be ethical and still be effective. That marketing is about writing, producing good content. We use that as a way to provide value to our customers before they are our customers. And writing doesn't mean that it's just a blog, but you got to get good at it. It could be writing video scripts, writing SlideShare presentations, writing online courses, writing ways to connect with your customers. Even the emails that you send to your customers individually, those require good writing. This is a skill that we have to get better and better at, right? It's what we have when we connect on the web. Also, marketing is not just a campaign. It's a commitment. It's about practice. It's about habits. Marketing without a strategy is wasted effort. We can't go into this thinking that we're just going to post stuff and it's going to work and people are going to see it and connect with it. As I say all the time, and it's the title of an episode from this podcast, hope is not a marketing plan. And here's the thing, anyone can learn these techniques. They are skills. They require practice just like any other skill. Anyone can learn it. And here's the good news, you don't have to learn everything at once. There's a process and there's a sequence. But we can't fall prey to just, leaning on advertising or looking at what the big players do. Advertising to me is awareness chum. It's low value, it expires quickly, it's rarely worth the spend for small players like us. The three primary drivers of marketing for us are SEO, email, and then social, in that order. So that means that our websites need to be optimized so that these three elements do the work for you. We want to be creating a pathway. I've talked a lot about that in recent episodes. Left a link in the show notes for you to make it easy for you to find. Because here's the thing. Organic growth is real growth. It's more valuable because it's more difficult to achieve. We don't want to just get attention. Who cares about that? It's just the start. It's cheap. We want to hold attention. We want to get people into our world, to invite them in to learn something, to experience something. And that's what we're trying to do, build a relationship. And look, if it's a relationship, obviously, that's centered around trust, it's going to take time. And we can't do this with anything but ethical techniques. We have to show up with a genuine intent to help because we genuinely care. That to me all starts and ends with ethical, respectful marketing. To me, it's our only advantage. It's the way that we can get closer to our potential customers. It's a way that we can do better than what we see out there. It's the way that we can enter a market in a way that a big company can't. It's a way that we can hold attention in the way that a big company can't. It's our advantage. So it's not only the right thing to do, it's also effective. All right, I'm going to stop there because, look, I can get on a soapbox sometimes. I feel strongly about this stuff. I think you can sense that. I think that's why you're still with me after 150 episodes. Again, let me leave you with a heartfelt thank you. I would not still be doing this without you. So I really appreciate you. Okay, we'll see you on the next episode. I'm going to get back to my series, Content Marketing 201, and we're going to go deep into blogging. Thanks again, everyone.